Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. Time for another review. This is the review of The Disaster Artist. The Disaster Artist is based on the making of Tommy Wiseau's cult classic disaster piece, The Room, the greatest bad movie of all time. Director and star James Franco transforms the true story of aspiring filmmaker and infamous Hollywood outsider Tommy Wiseau, an artist whose passion was as sincere as his methods were questionable, into a celebration of friendship, artistic expression, and dreams pursued against insurmountable odds. This is rated R. It's not so bad with the language. I was expecting more. It is a 2017 film running 104 minutes. The main stars are Dave Franco, James Franco, and Seth Rogen. There's a million other people in this. Even if I had the list, you'd probably know all of them. So if you've seen any of the Franco, Seth Rogen funny movies, it's pretty much all those people. So, yeah, this wasn't what I was expecting, that's for sure. It's quite a different movie than all the real, based on true story movies I've seen. This was much different. You don't find out until the end if you don't read the back of the sleeve and you don't hear a bunch of chit chatter about this movie like I did. I had no idea what was going on. You don't find out until the end that it's based on this movie that was made before, back in the day. I mean, I'm a fan of Rocky Horror. I'm a fan of, name some of the other movies that are kind of cult classics. I like them. They're cool. I've never heard of The Room, but I probably will try to think about giving it a watch, but mostly I've seen it through this movie, The Disaster Artist. So I liked going into this not knowing what was going on. I'll say that. I really don't have that many notes on it because I just found myself watching it and enjoying it. Here. It says on the front, 2 Golden Globe nominations. Best Picture and Best something else. I started understanding why it was nominated, and I didn't really have any notes to write down. I was wondering if the story was going to go anywhere. It did. I said it was kind of funny, and it got hilarious. I wrote down that it was about a real movie and a real guy, and I didn't know that, so I wrote it down, but then at the end they tell us all about it. The only question that I have for people out there and people watching this, I don't know if the acting is great if, okay, I give you a scene from The Room and I say, do it exactly like they did. So, get on the bed that way, get tickled and fall off exactly how that kid did. Is that great acting? I don't know. Because you have the example, you have exactly what the person wants, and you just have to recreate it. Is that great acting? I don't know. I love the Franco brothers. Don't get me wrong. I think them together is dynamite. James is a genius, and the reason why this ever came out, is because James Franco was like, dude, I can knock that role out of the park. Okay? So, literally, I think this movie is awesome. I just don't know how good it really is if you're just recreating things that used to be. And I started asking myself that with 5 minutes left of the movie. That's it. The whole time I wasn't thinking it. But then after the shell shock kind of wore off, I was like, well, is that great acting or not? So I'm going to say it was, because I think it'd be hard to recreate things exactly how they used to be especially with purpose of making a movie about that movie. I mean, it's kind of weird, but it's just kind of cool that at the beginning they had these people saying, I wonder how it would have been like that on that set. And then this whole movie is about how they think it would have been. The only thing I didn't really like, and I guess this is hindered by the fact that it is a true story and people never did actually find out about it. So that's fine. I can deal with life is life and facts are facts. But this main character of James that he plays, the big question the whole movie is, how old is he? Where does he get his money? Where was he born? Blah, blah, blah. There's some main critical questions. And Dave's character actually gets to question him and shout out about, showing him up right in the middle of a park. He shouts all those questions, and James's character's face just goes whitewashed and everything. You expect the big reveal, and it never comes. That's the only thing I found as a problem here. So it would have been nice to know, but then I'll just break it to you, is that at the end they say that nobody ever found out where he was, how he made his money, and all this stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's the problem I have with this movie. That's the one problem. We are in the age of 2018, the age of technology. How on earth can somebody not know how somebody got $6 million to do a movie, even if it was 20, 30, 40 years ago? How can we not know? It's $6 million that got pumped through this country, made a big film in a major city of the U.S., and nobody knows how he got the money to do it. That's the only question I have. So if he made it overseas and all that stuff, then, we can be really critical and break it down, but that's like literally the only thing I found wrong with this movie. And I just loved sitting back and enjoying it. And I had no idea what was coming. I had no idea what was happening. I would love to see it again, and knowing what I know, kind of break down the things and everything. So I think I'll own it someday. And I have to give this movie an A. I wish it would have won Golden Globes over some of the other movies, but I haven't seen The Shape of Water. And I haven't seen, certain ones like that. So I saw this one, and I think it's amazing. I really do. I think everybody needs to see it, and well done. Everybody involved, even Seth Rogen, with his kind of way of thinking about things. They did this one scene like 27 times. It is the funniest part of the movie. Had me bursting out laughter. That was immediately funny, and Rogen handled it like a pro. And I like the way that these comedians are going. They're not just making stupid movies that nobody wants to watch. This is phenomenal. We've got to give credit where it is due. A for the Disaster Artist. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other reviews, please try and give some of them a watch, and like and subscribe to my channel if you want to. I have a lot of exciting things coming along. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy movies.